Valentine's Day is a special day in many ways, but what many people don't realize, except for those in the food and beverage industry, is that it ranks as the second busiest day behind Mother's Day to go out to eat. With it being so busy, it's a great time to stay in and spend time with that special someone. Our guest today is going to take us through a home-cooked Valentine's feast. I would like to welcome Lindsey Nair, food columnist for the Roanoke Times, to the show. Welcome, Lindsey.
Thanks, Steve. Glad to be here.
I'm very excited for you to be here. What is our first dish today?
Well, the first thing we're going to make is a spinach salad with some pomegranate seeds, candied walnuts, and goat cheese with champagne vinaigrette.
That sounds awesome. So you ready to get started on this? What's our first step?
Well, the first thing we're going to do is show people how to open this tricky little package, the pomegranate, because I think a lot of people don't buy these because they're afraid to fool with them. You know, they're not even sure how to open them. The thing is, you can open them wrong and make a huge mess.
Yes.
So what we're going to do today is show people how not to mess up their kitchen with a bunch of red juice.
I think a lot of people eat pomegranate or drink the pomegranate juice, but like you said, they're afraid of it.
Right, and they're beautiful fruits. So let's do this thing. All right,
Okay.
The first thing you need to do is just go ahead and slice the end of this off very carefully and kind of slowly. And then I'm going to score it lightly on the outside, kind of in quarters, just to get the skin separated a little bit there.
There's a couple different ways, I guess, you can go about getting the seeds out of this thing. One is your way. I'm kind of liking your way a lot. I think in the past I've done it, I just cut the thing in half and just beat the heck out of it with a paddle or a spoon or something.
Yeah, well, we did that.
It's messier.
Yeah, we did that at my sister's house one time. We had to repaint the kitchen. So, all right. So next up, we're going to get a nice big bowl of water. And if I was doing this at home, I'd probably put this bowl of water in the sink just to keep, you know, the mess from getting all around. But what you do is you want to submerge this whole fruit in here, and then you're just going to kind of get your fingers into the cracks and pull it open.
I'm liking that way. That's a way less of a mess.
Yeah, so you're pulling it all open. You can see the seeds exposed now. Some of them are even popping out on their own. And when this water starts to turn pink, that's going to tell you that this juice is going into the water instead of all over you. Yeah. So it takes a little while, but what you do from this point forward is just kind of gently, massage all these seeds out.
And they'll come right out of there, won't they?
They do. They really just kind of slide right out after you get past this point.
Now there's a big, I guess, a big myth about these things, that there's 613 seeds in these.
Right.
So, I don't think that we want to sit there and count them all.
No, I haven't done that, so that's what they say. But anyway, so that's how you want to open this critter, and then we're going to just sort of set this aside so that...
Here, I'll take it and put it over here.
Alrighty, thank you very much. I think the next step we want to do is we want to make that vinaigrette, Steve.
So what's our first ingredient in our vinaigrette?
The first ingredient I'm going to pull out here is some Dijon mustard, and this is the private selection Dijon mustard from Kroger.
Like the Kroger brand stuff.
Yeah.
You know, now Dijon mustard is real interesting when you put it into a vinaigrette because it actually works as an emulsifier to bring the dressing together and stay a dressing instead of separating.
All right, excellent. And then we've got a juice of about a half a lemon here. And our champagne.
There you go.
Woohoo. It's bubbling in there. I'm going to go with some honey here to sweeten it up a little bit. Now I'm putting about, I'd say probably about 2 tablespoons in here. The good thing about vinaigrettes is that when you're finished making them, you can taste them. If it doesn't taste right, just adjust the seasonings.
Yeah, that's always relative to the individual. Heat is relative to the individual, and salt is relative to the individual too.
Absolutely. Yeah. All right, so I'm going to whisk this, but just to note, you can also make vinaigrettes in the blender. And my dad used to teach me to make them in a jar, a little glass jar with a tightly fitting lid, so you can just shake it, and then if you have leftovers, stick it in the refrigerator.
But I like the way you're doing it. I like it when you use a whisk on it. I think it comes together just perfectly without being overdone.
Right, right. So I'm going to whisk this, and I'm going to drizzle in some olive oil, about maybe a quarter.
Now the traditional French way, I guess, of a vinaigrette is 3 parts oil to 1 part vinegar. But I'm more of a bold flavor chef. I kind of like that 2-to-1 ratio myself.
Well, it's a little bit lighter too, even though olive oil is good for you. So that's you can see that's pretty well
it's looking good.
mixed up there. And, you know, season to taste a little bit. Like you said, some people like a lot of salt, some people don't. So get that going in there. And that ought to be ready to roll.
That looks good. And I think really the only thing we have to do now is just kind of build our salad, don't we?
Absolutely.
Such an easy thing to do, especially for Valentine's Day. You know, you don't want to spend a lot of time in the kitchen because, you know, it's the after dinner stuff that's more important, right?
You said it. All right, so this is a nice salad, and it's just got some kind of gourmet ingredients in it. So it's just nice to bring these out, you know, on a special occasion, just to spice things up a little bit.
So you're using spinach, right?
Spinach, yes, we got some baby spinach here. And if you want to make this an entree salad, you can make it bigger, put some grilled chicken on it. We're going to do a starter salad here. So here's our beautiful pomegranate seeds.
Aren't they nice? Look at those things.
It's like gems.
They taste so good. I love the taste of these things. They're tart and sweet and a little bit crunchy, yeah?
There's like a crunchy little kernel on the inside there.
Now, there's some neat facts about pomegranate seeds. They're very high in antioxidants and potassium. And like I said, there's supposed to be 613 of these suckers in a pomegranate, but we're not going to try to do that.
That's a lot. And this, you know, salads are so easy because you can do whatever you want also to your own taste. I mean, more or less of any of the things I'm about to put in here. The next I'm going to do these candied walnuts. You can make these yourself if you really want to get elaborate, but I bought these at Kroger.
Yeah, we got everything there, or almost everything anyway.
So we'll get some, these are nice crunch, and also because the pomegranate seeds are a little on the tart side, and the goat cheese also, you know, they'll give it a little bit more sweetness too.
You're using the crumbled goat cheese?
This is a pre-crumbled goat cheese, which is nice and convenient. You can get a log of it and do that yourself.
You can also kind of take that, if you get a log of that goat cheese, you can also cut it, bread it and deep fry it, and make some real nice added addition to the salad. So.
Oh yeah. And the last thing I'm putting in here's a little bit of red onion. Just sort of complements all the other flavors, and I like the color of it.
It's very Valentine's Day-ish, isn't it?
Yeah, I kind of thought about that. Reds and purples everywhere. So there we go. And then all you got to do is dress this baby.
And that was the beauty of, that was a good idea to make this in a pourable measuring cup, so we can just go right off of there, just pour it right out there.
Yeah, I love that feature.
And I'm a big dressing person. I love dressing on my salad. I don't like it lightly dressed. I like it pretty lightly dressed.
Yeah, just load it down. And I mean, you could put the dressing on the table, of course, and if anybody wants more, you know, they can do that.
Well, this is a beautiful salad. Thank you. It looks good.
All right.
We're going to take a break, but coming up, Lindsey's Chicken Valentino as Cooking with Kroger continues.